Thanks, Aditya, and thank you everyone on the eQualify platform. So briefly, we have next 15 minutes. We'll try to do fast forward on trying to cover entire aspect of what we are trying to present today. So broadly, as Aditya already briefed, we are Singapore headquartered global financial technology company. We are into this space for last 20 years. We have been witness to the journey of private banking, wealth management across Asian region, across Asian market, as well as European market for last 20 years. We helped in the digital journey of product distribution from the private banking space, right from, as Aditya already mentioned, we work with top 50 to 65 group, 50 banking group globally. So all the names comes to your mind of the global leader, right from the UBS, Citi, in the Asian region, Bank of Singapore, Nomura, all we work together. So as a technology company, we act or provide platform, or we act as a bridge. We provide bridge to connect product issuer with the product distributor. So what has happened in Indian market in last 20 years? When I started my career, mutual fund was perceived to be alternate investment product. So selling mutual fund or placing mutual fund in the part of the portfolio was equally tough. What we are discussing about the alternate investment fund. So the journey has become fabulous. From when I started, the AUM of the mutual fund industry was 1 lakh crore. Today it is 38 lakh crore roughly. So it has gone up almost 38 times. So I think we are at a very initial stage where we see this kind of similar kind of growth in the alternate investment space. I've been hearing all the earlier speakers. They came out with some of the wonderful strategies, some of the wonderful product, which has an outlier. So we feel now from mutual fund, investors are moving or diversifying as part of their portfolio to an outlier, where some of the portion of the capital have patience to stay invested for 5 to 7 years horizon. That money actually started moving from traditional investment or a traditional mutual fund investment to alternate investment space for two purposes. One is to better alpha or better portfolio diversification, and also for a social cause. I think today, as we speak, investment opportunity is not only limited to any geography, it is now global. And also the objective of investment is not only alpha generation. It is also to be a part of the economic development specific to any country. Like the concept of ESG started boiling down to the individual investors. It started with the institutional investors. Now individual investors also approaching to allocate some portion of their money to ESG. So since we have a very limited time, let me quickly, I think Aditya, you'll have to make me host so that I can share my slide, or anyone from Aditya's team. Okay, meanwhile, okay, meanwhile, let me just a second. Okay. So till that time, let me discuss about the framework. What has so we as a FinIQ, we also created similar kind of platform, which is we are trying to create in Indian market is AIF Connect. AIF Connect is nothing but a market architecture where will connect one side all the AIF issuer or the product asset management companies. On the other hand, we'll connect all the market distribution partner, be it a large bank or a mid-sized boutique wealth advisors or RIAs or distributors. Considering both the party agrees mutually to distribute each other's product. So this platform will have all the bells and whistles, mechanism, control panel, so that distributor and product issuer can speak to each other digitally, approve product distribution, and entire lifecycle management through the platform. So we are actually this kind of product issuer in the global space. Let me check whether we can share the platform. Okay, no worries. Let me explain So what we did internationally also, there is a product called structured product. So we created a similar layer. On the one side, we connected with all the buy side and the sell side. So our platform helps to connect all the product issuers to issue, create demand generation, book building, and also product distribution. All the contract note generation to distribution of the product, fund transfer, everything done is been done digitally. And that product or that platform has become very popular. The name of the product, platform is FinIQ Connect in Asian market. Similar, we have similarly launched another platform called Euro Connect in European market. And that platform together, it does a volume to the tune of $70 billion per annum. Wish to share the slides, I think. Okay, sorry, I can't share the slide today. Maybe today we'll just broadly discuss about the framework. My colleague Sohom will just touch upon quickly on the framework, how the architecture model would work. And maybe some other time we'll take you through how the platform would look like, or how the platform journey would look like rather.
Yeah, sure. I actually just got in touch with Aditya.
Yeah, Alok, one sec.
Great.
Yeah, you're the co-host now.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Is my slide visible?
Yeah, we can see this.
Okay, great. So let's do the quickly fast forward. So these are the area what I wanted to cover today. So the evolution started long back in 1970s in US market, especially with the emergence of, as we all can connect today, what is Silicon Valley is, or rather was back in 1970s. So that time only the institutional player, especially the university fund or the pension fund, used to support risk capital to new ventures, especially on the technology space. Gradually, this has emerged during 2020. All the institutional investors, be it from Asian market or European market, started providing risk capital through a venture capital format. GP/LP was the very prominent. Even till today, larger part of the private equity capital comes from LPs, all the pension funds or sovereign wealth funds. Globally, they do invest a large part of this private capital to this space. The emergence of alternate investment fund structure in India in 2012 has helped to democratizing this opportunity toward the family offices, domestic saving through a structured distribution model. So there are 7 types of structured product or 7 types of alternate investment products available in the market. So as we can resonate today, we all are living in a platform structure, platform social economy. So where everything we buy today, we will find some other platform. So what platform actually does? Platform helps you to connect with all the best possible options available to you and make your investor journey or your journey as a consumer more enriching, right from whether you are buying a right product, right from the manufacturer. The intention of the manufacturer is to communicate all the feature of the product or the benefit of the product to the last mile. That platform helps to communicate seamlessly so that there is no error or erosion of the communication in the journey. So similarly, if you can correlate in our market, it is very important what the fund manager wanted to communicate in terms of the product strategy, in terms of the expectation or the tenure of the capital should be stayed invested in that particular product. It is very important to boils down from the fund managers to their own sales team to respective distributor and then the client. So most of the cases in my last 20 years career in the industry, what we have understood, the objective or essence of the product are very, very refined. But when it comes to the investor level, when they invest, there is a mismatch in terms of the expectation. So I could, since we have a limited time, so I'll quickly move into this. Is just an evolution. I think all of us are fairly aware of. There are 960 AIF today. So it is very important to for an investor or a distributor to understand all the product from a single platform. Platform helps to connect or get all the relevant information, and this platform also enable to do the transactions for investing into all these platform. So that's the broader architecture of the AI platform. These are some of the recent regulations happen in alternate investment private equity space in India and US market. So what is interestingly happening is the migration. As I initially said, a lot of mutual fund investors are allocating some part of their patient money to this kind of alternate investment fund, which they can stay invested for a longer period. Same with the digital channel. A lot of has happened in the retail space, like on the equity space, Zerodha or Small Case has done, but on the private equity or alternate investment space, there is no such platform. So FinIQ intends to provide this market architecture. So these are fairly the global banks we work with. I would request my colleague Soham to just briefly touch upon on the broader architecture of the ecosystem or the platform. Over to you, so.
Yeah, sure. Can you move to the next slide, please?
Yes.
Yeah. So FinIQ intends to cover the entire customer journey as well as the funds manager's journey for an AIF, right? So helping the fund manager manage the funds and deploy them in the right direction with all kinds of tools, analytics that he would need, helping the operations team manage AIF operations most efficiently without having to add too many resources in an automated manner, and helping customers in their journey with the AIF, not only the initial onboarding, but also subsequent drawdowns, as well as the penultimate steps related to performance of the AIF and corporate actions on an ongoing basis. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah, so this is what our key offering is. So we have the AIF core system, which is something that the AIF uses internally for the fund manager and the operations team. Everything starting from creating the product, the portfolio, investment management, holdings, analytics, corporate actions, all of that happens there. Our system will connect with all the ecosystem participants. So be it your custodian, trustee, the fund accountant, the data providers, banks, all of them will be integrated with the FinIQ system. So that becomes your core system to do with everything that has to do with the AIF. Then we have the AIF channel, where we want to connect the AIF to as many distributors as possible. I think many in the audience would agree that for an AIF having thin teams, it's very difficult to tap a vast pool of distributors. So we plan to solve this where, we will have a pool of distributors that are already on the Connect platform, and any participating AIF can reach out to them very, very easily, help with marketing and content distribution, help in onboarding distributors, and help in sharing performance details, and help the distributors onboard customers seamlessly as well. Yeah, can we move to that? So these are the few challenges that we have seen in the AIF ecosystem. So one is there is a lack of resources to engage distributors effectively, opaque and analog customer onboarding journeys, and post-trade performance is not disseminated very easily. So these are the key problems that FinIQ is intending to solve. Again, like you can see, FinIQ is going to act like a bridge between AIFs and between private banks, wealth outfits, RIAs, IFAs, all of them, to enable this customer journey to proceed as smoothly as possible. Next slide. Yeah. In terms of what we will be able to cover, so we will be able to cover the entire journey for all three categories of AIF, be it category 1, category 2, or category 3, starting from the pre-investment stage to helping manage the investments on an ongoing basis, a very elaborate portfolio analytics suite to give the fund manager complete control over the portfolio, and strong compliance and monitoring rules that are completely configurable that can be set up in the system. And our channel system will manage the entire marketing and distribution, be it onboarding distributors or onboarding investors, managing the life cycle of the investors, initiating corporate actions such as drawdowns, distributions, all of that. And the system will be completely integrated with all the other ecosystem players that an AIF would have, right? So yeah, I think we're almost close to the end of time. So these are just broad areas that where we help AIF. So we have a fund manager cockpit, a distributor onboarding suite, a portfolio rebalancing system, risk management system, a transaction management system, and a compliance management system. So all of these are modules that we have. And just to end this, so why choose FinIQ? I think FinIQ has a complete portfolio analytics suite as opposed to traditional platforms. So the fund manager can test the portfolio out, trade capture, confirmation, reconciliation, and integration with banks and all other parties, again, can be done by FinIQ. We have a global capability. So we are present in more than 15 countries across Asia and Europe. So we are very, very strong when it comes to following the laws of the land and configuring our system to align with those. And from a technology perspective, FinIQ has an interesting low-code, no-code toolkit, which gives us a great advantage to configure new rules, products in our system with a very low turnaround time. So I'll just leave our contact details up here on the screen. Anybody who is interested to connect with us, please feel free to take them down and reach out to us. We'll be happy to connect and take this discussion forward.